Today we're gonna talk about the 5 staples of growing up in the Midwest. First thing we gotta talk about are containers. We absolutely love to use containers for anything except for their intended use. Now, where most people see empty Cool Whip container or empty butter container, we see the perfect receptacle for leftovers. And regardless of how many spaghetti stains are in the inside, we ain't getting rid of them. Another example is this bowl. Every Midwest family has a mixing bowl that they also projectile vomit into. If you do the math, the Midwest people, a little bit stingy. They can't let anything go to waste. Just because you puked in it doesn't mean it's not still a good bowl. And really, it's our strange way of recycling, doing our part. This next one's fun. Picture this, you're 9 years old, it's October 31st, and you are stoked to show off your new Ninja Turtles costume trick-or-treating. You step outside, it's 14 degrees, and instead of your friends all seeing your cool Ninja Turtles costume, they see this. Does this look like a Ninja Turtle to you? No. Every single one of us has wasted a perfectly good Halloween costume because the weather in the Midwest in October requires you to wear a winter coat. Honestly, this is a rite of passage for Midwest kids. It teaches us to lower our expectations. Life isn't always fair, and we learned that early. Next, we're gonna talk a little Midwest cuisine. We gotta start with the big one, the hot dish. In the Midwest, we like to take random ingredients, throw them in a cake pan, and put it in the oven. Now, there are recipes for hot dish, but the only thing that stays consistent in a recipe for tater tot hot dish are the tater tots. Sometimes there's corn, sometimes there's green beans in it. It mostly comes down to what did mom have left over in the cupboard. Next, we gotta talk dessert. Nothing screams a Midwest childhood more than smashing a pan of these bad boys. I think I call them Scotcheroo bars. I know that about half of you call them Special K bars, and there's this other weird population that call them something else. Now, whatever you do, don't go to the comment sections and do not argue with each other about if they're Special K bars or Scotcheroos. Let's be nice, okay? Do not do that. The last dessert I want to talk about toes the line between dessert and side dish. Snicker salad. Now, I do believe that it technically is defined as a side dish, but you look at the ingredients, Snickers, butterscotch, a whole other bunch of sweet stuff. Sounds like a dessert to me. Now it's time to talk some Midwest childhood experiences. I will bet my life savings that every single Midwest family at some point took a family vacation to one of these two places, Mount Rushmore or the Wisconsin Dells. Both are perfectly fine vacations, and I'm sure you had a good time. But it wasn't about the destination at all. It was about family cohesiveness. It was about riding in a car together for 8, 9, 10, 12 hours, sitting in the back seat, giving your brother wet willy, giving your sister a smack on the shoulder for seeing a slug bug. That's what brought the family together, and that's what you remember. You probably don't even remember who's on Mount Rushmore. Benjamin Franklin, George Washington, Abe Lincoln, FDR. But you remember the sweet taste of victory when you beat your brother in I Spy. Now, it isn't gonna be all sunshine and rainbows. It's your dad's gonna get really pissed many times, lots of threatening of pulling the car over and leaving your brother on the side of I-90. But it'll be fun. Next, we gotta talk about basements. Now, basements in general are very Midwest, but there's one type of basement that trumps them all. An unfinished basement. Concrete floors, no sheetrock, a weird toilet that's just hanging out in the middle of nowhere. Even though it feels somewhat like a creepy dungeon down here, you still had fun. I mean, you could roller skate, play a little floor hockey, kill mice, like typical fun kid stuff. For some reason, unfinished basements always had two things. One, some sort of gaming table, like a ping pong table or a pool table, and a random piece of workout equipment in the corner, like Chuck Norris's Total Gym, just collecting dust. Now, despite the weirdness of playing in a mildew-infested underground basement, some of my fondest memories happened with my siblings down there. And I cherish that. So all in all this stuff may be strange to the average American, but I will argue that a Midwest childhood is the best childhood. And I stand by that claim. Look at me, I didn't turn out so bad, huh? Depends on who you ask.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.